The Roadhouse Pod is brought to you by Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for you to get set up in the podcasting game if you've ever wanted to make podcasts, get together with friends, just talk some trash, literally do whatever you want. The answer to every one of those questions is really simple. It's just Anchor, download it. All your phones have downloadable apps. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, 100% free, baby.
For free?
Oh, yeah.
Not a single cent. Dude,
I'm
gonna remain dentless now.
It's so easy to use, though, and now Anchor can match you with any sponsor that's available to all the podcasts. That means you get advertised on your podcast and get paid every episode, baby. In fact, what do you think this is? This is an ad. Let's go. Let's start this shit.
When I'm with you, I feel alive, I just let go. When I'm with you, I feel alive, my walls explode into.
Welcome back to the Roadhouse podcast. Roadhouse here, and we got new co-host WinnyDeez. What's up, baby?
What's up?
And hope everybody had a good 4th of July.
Woo.
America. We're on a 2-week layoff. We just had some summer vacation, some personal matters to take care of, but we're back, and you could expect
Company picnics. Lots of Roadhouse
intoxicating picnics.
Yeah.
So I just want to let you guys know that we will be it'll be back on schedule, episodes coming out every Thursday. So look for those. Today, I need to ask you, how the fuck do I become a cowboy, dude? I was at St. Paul Rodeo on Friday.
Did I miss it?
Yeah, you missed it.
Fuck.
But I saw your snap, so I wanted to talk to you about where you were at. So because I saw that as I was driving by. But the rodeo, man, I haven't been to this rodeo. I went to it the last time we went, like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've always missed them because I'm in Alaska. And I never get to watch the actual rodeo show because it's always sold out. This year, I finally got tickets on Friday. Bro.
It's pretty crazy, right?
Dude, I just want to be a cowboy. Like, when they're out there, like, all those dudes that just, like, sit on the horse with, like, the button up, like, looking like cowboys, and then they just, like, do stuff. Like, if the bull gets loose, they go and lasso them.
Yeah. Those guys.
Steer them in. I want to be one of those guys, but I just want to be out there looking like I'm going to do something if something happens, but I'm just not going to do anything. I'm just going to ride my horse like, yeah, boys, lasso. Like, it's so dope.
That's the best place to be.
Bull riding is...
That is insane.
It is insane.
I don't get it. Like, I'm wondering, do they have, like... Is it like bull
big
riding?
Balls. They
got big balls, but like, is bull riding very selective to the United States? Like, I know there's bull fighting in Spain, but like, is there like camel jockeys in, like Northern Africa where they're like wrestling down camels or something like that, or like capybaras in like South America?
They're probably just like chopping their heads off.
Okay, well, maybe it's Saudi Arabia. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, I would assume so. Dude, I got some Mexican friends on my Snapchat, and on their 4th of July, these guys had like an underground rodeo at their place. Like, dude, it was like a gated off field.
That's awesome.
And a bunch of because all of these Mexicans, they come from like cowboy parts of Mexico, so they're all cowboy hats, everything.
Yeah.
And they had their own bull riding. I'm like, where do they get these bulls? And these were some mean fuckers on these snaps.
That's awesome.
And
highly illegal, probably.
100%. But I mean, we don't know their locale.
Awesome.
Send location. I want to go to the next one, bro. Because I think the St. Paul Rodeo is like a circuit to the professional bull riding. I think they earn points. And
that sounds right.
The best guys make it to the PBR or whatever.
Yeah.
They had like the number 2 guy or something. Don't remember his name. They all probably Chase Jackson or something like that.
Yeah,
Chance.
I remember seeing a bunch of chances.
Yeah, something along those. Jackson, dude, your last name is the first name to these riders. Dude.
Ryder Stormstruckson.
Yeah. This bull, though, he was supposed to go, and the bull was just tripping. Like, when it's inside the pen, it was rattling like it fucked up his knee, just pounded him against the railing.
Jeez.
And then he had to take a break. He ended up going last. So there was like 4 other guys before that, or that went, and then he went. But man, only a couple guys were able to stay on those suckers, dude. There's some mean sons of bitches, dude.
Well, yeah. How long do they have to actually stay up there? It's like 6 seconds?
8 seconds.
Is it 8 seconds?
I think it's 8 seconds.
God, it's a long 8 seconds.
Only a couple guys did, but when they do it, you're like, oh shit, dude. It's hard. Have you ever ridden the mechanical bull?
No. I've never been to Senor Frogs in like Destin, Florida over spring break.
They used to have one at a bar in Salem.
Oh, really?
I think they took it out. What was that place called? The Spur? Yeah, there's like a big ass bar club, but I think
shout out to
drunk
the Spur.
people getting hurt. That's a big liability.
Yeah,
but a real bull is not hearing a peep from that mechanical bull, man. That mechanical bull, this guy just like starts jacking off the joystick and then just fucking like it's so crazy.
On a joystick, basically.
Yeah, it's like my wife's like, "Are you gonna do the bull?" Nah, man. You see what they do to guys when guys get on there?
Like, they fuck their shit up. Yeah.
No guy ever makes it on. No guy ever survives on that bull. The girls will they fall off themselves because they're like girls have such a weak bladders that they just start peeing. So like I gotta fall off.
I think the operators are probably just trying to get a titty loose.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure
they just want to get a titty out.
Multiple girls per day.
They know it. Yeah, they know like the rhythm and
I know. We got a question mark with the joystick and then reverse Mexican question mark. Right there. Gets them off every time.
Gets the people going.
So my baby squirrel said she was going to DD and
typical.
The rodeo, man.
Did you go to that bar?
Of course.
That is a crazy bar.
I bought so much money with the tokens, and I realized that the red tokens are a waste of money. Unless you're only drinking wine, don't spend more money on the red tokens. Stick with the black ones.
It's the premium, right?
Yeah, premium. Fucking suck my dick. Waste of money. Waste of money. But we spent a lot of money on booze, and gave the bartender a good tip to start off. Like first drink, I was like, "Here you go." Every time you see me, be like, "Hey, what you want first?" And it worked, and it worked out too well. Because the rodeo is so much fun. I love putting on a fucking cowboy hat, some cowboy boots, tucking in my shirt.
Into it.
Oh, dude. I was playing cowboy, but those are my people, man. Everyone's so nice until they're not. Like everyone at the St. Paul rodeo, like cowboys and people like that Southern charm. Everyone is like a sweetheart until you do something. And they'll just beat your ass. Like there's no like middle ground, like talk it out. They'll beat your ass and maybe you're most likely friends afterwards. But it's not like I saw so many, I didn't see any fights, but I saw on other people's Snapchats like 4 different fights. And it was along the lines of, oh yeah, this dude spit in some other dude's girlfriend's face. And I'm like, immediate fisticuffs. Like, I'm not letting you say a word before you're gonna be on the ground. I'm a yeehaw when we ride. We're gonna be right. But that's what I'm saying. Like cowboys and then
country justice right there.
Dude, do you know all city folks? I love it. So I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm not a cowboy, but I dress up a cowboy. I'm fucking posing. I'm with my fellow posers, dude. There's so many people. Like,
you're country folk. I'd say.
I grew up country folk, but like.
You ain't no
never catch me wearing some Wranglers, bro.
I love Wranglers.
But yeah, dude, I got cowboy boots and shit. Like
how much did you spend on the cowboy boots?
Like $150.
Yeah, they're expensive.
They are expensive.
I don't get it.
You got to break them in. Like
I
got pointy ones and square ones.
Oh, you got like have you seen the Mexican guys with the really
aggressive ones?
Yeah,
like the girls' fingernails.
Yeah,
really
it looks like. Ones. Looks like Shakira's fingers or like
hey, what's that Mexican song? Do you know what I'm talking about? It's those Mexican guys and they're wearing like they're in the club like cowboy hat and they got those fancy cowboy shirts and then their boots they have it's not a bad song. I can't remember what it's called.
The one that I'm thinking of is called El Sonidito. And it's basically just like and that's the whole song.
Yeah, classic.
Classic.
There we go. Have you ever heard of
El Sonidito?
El Caballo Dorado? This band is hot in the streets, bro. I heard this song. Do you know who Dioro is?
Is he no
EDM dude?
That's what I
big
that's
E
what I thought,
and DJ, but he's Mexican. And I think his set was at EDC. He was playing this really popular, that Mexican band I was just saying, Caballo Dorado or whatever. He was playing some of their songs, and not even a remix, just the classic original song. And I'm like, oh, dude, bangers. I was like, I'm gonna play this for some of the guys at work. I played and they're like, ooh, they started partying, dude. Like after work, we got some
dancing.
Got him some cervezas, some Pacificos, some Modelos,
some ceviche,
some Amaditos. Like, oh, hey, you gotta fuck with my ceviche, bro.
Do you make
I can
do you
make
a
some
mad ceviche?
bomb ass ceviche. It's so good, homemade. I think if the weather is nice on Friday, I'm gonna do probably have a barbecue if you want to roll through.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if I'm drinking, but we could.
Sounds like a yes.
I mean, like a couple of weeks ago, we were talking on the podcast, and I was like, I had a really bad hangover. This is how fast they come and go. I don't even remember what that other bad hangover was from, but we partied so hard, and like I saw my assistant wrestling, one of my assistant wrestling coaches from high school. I saw him at the rodeo, got each other some drinks.
Oh, hell yeah.
Got to hang out with him, and we just went ham. Like, we got our tickets and our tokens and shit, and the rodeo was about to start in like 20 minutes. So I was like, hey, let's hit up the tack room, get some beers.
That's the bar, right?
Yeah.
The tack room.
Well, there's the beer garden and the tack room.
The
beer garden
the
has
tack room
like,
is the one underneath the
yeah, it's like the
Coliseum.
bar, and like we're all like everyone, all the younger kids hang out, and then but the beer, we ended our night in the beer garden. And they had a live band, and we
That's
were
pretty cool.
We were fucking front row, mosh pitting, like not letting anyone else. And
Oh
we were
shit!
just,
I remember the beer garden now. Yeah, that's where we ended up.
The beer garden was
yeah.
sick. The live band and everything.
Yeah, well, we did that.
Yeah.
2 years ago or whatever.
The tack room. So before this was because the rodeo started at 7:30, 7:15ish. We got all our shit, our tickets and everything. I'm like, let's go get some beers. And me and Baby Squirrel walk in a tack room. I ordered 2 beers. This was my mentality. I was like, I'm going to go to the rodeo. My people, I'm going to get drunk as a skunk. And so immediately, like, she like held out her hand for one of the beers because she, silly Baby Squirrel, thought that one of those beers was for her. But I just slammed one because I wanted to do that slam challenge. The first one went down, like I stopped like midway and then finishes. That second one that I posted, that was my good one. But so I had those 2 beers right off the bat. But right when I wanted to walk in a tack room, because they have like a little exit to like an outdoor little area.
Yeah.
As I'm at the bar, I just look outside, look through the doors, and the first person I see like walking into the bar was Francisco, and I could just see him drunk as a dog, dude. I was like, oh, dude, I'll probably see him later. Then I turned around because we were in a hurry though to get to the rodeo.
Yeah.
And so after the show, we went and back to the tack room. We sat with some friends during the show. And that's when I ran into him again. I was like, you still alive, bro? He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm going to get you a drink. I gave him 2 tokens, and he thought that they were his tokens. And he's like, I'm going to get you a drink. So we started using the tokens. And the bartender, we walked up to the bar. And I was good at this point. I was like maybe 4 beers deep after the show. The bartender's like, because she was looking at Francisco and then looking at me like back and forth. I'm like, hey, I'm good. You know me. I tipped you well. And she gives Francisco like a mini Dasani, those cute little mini bottles of water. And she's
quiet, like, just kind of like a quiet, like you've had a
this is how rodeos go. Like, you got to be pretty freaking drunk to get X'd out of the rodeo. Like, you got to be stirring up some trouble. And you could have kicked him out. And she gave him that water. She's like, I'm not serving you any more alcohol unless you slam this bottle of water right in front of me. Honestly, lady, that bottle of water will not do anything. Yeah. That little mini, at least give him a normal size one. Like, come on. And
pretty low standard.
He looked at her and he was so offended. He was like, I ain't drinking that fucking water. And I'm like, well, I just took the beers and I kept walking. And she was like, excuse you? He's like, I'm not drinking the water. And then you can see the bartender do that little thing where they look around, blow a whistle. Hey, come here. Get him out. And he looked at him. And then like he saw that guy coming and he disappeared into the crowd. Because like I saw him maybe 15 minutes later again. I'm like, man, they still didn't find this fool.
What the fuck?
Those Latinos know how to evade.
Yeah,
they know how to evade and elude.
Oh, man.
Yes. But it was a great time, man. Hey, if you can get out and if you can still stay there and party, you should just migrate to the
To the other place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the beer garden.
Just, yeah.
But I
Dabble in
remember everything from the rodeo except walking back to the vehicle. That was the last thing.
Rolling brown out.
Yeah. It was a red carpet, a brown out to the blackout. That's what that was. And baby squirrel dropped off because we took some people home. Baby squirrel's DD, so she was all Gucci. Dropped off our
That's
friends.
good to have, dude. That is gold.
You need that.
Especially
it's a necessity.
with country cops.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know,
4th of July,
what you doing here,
rodeo.
boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not in these parts, man. I don't think anyone's like that, dude.
Well, I don't know. I'm a city slicker, so.
But no, like 4th of July you don't want to be drinking and driving. Like you don't want to ever be drinking and driving ever.
That's what they're looking for.
But
yeah.
And I saw you. So I had a choice this weekend. I tried to get tickets to the rodeo on the 4th, but it was no chance. So
do they have a fireworks show?
On the 4th, yeah.
I think, did we go there on the 4th last year? Or like last time we went there?
I can't remember.
Maybe I went with, it was probably with the next girlfriend.
No, because I think it was a week. It was like, had to have been a Friday. And the 4th was probably on a Wednesday last year. So
it would have been last year. Yeah.
Year before, it would have been on Tuesday.
Wow, look at you. You're like a mathematician.
I know, dude. Calculus, baby. So I had my choice. I work over in Portland, so I drive by like the waterfront and everything. And I didn't know that Beer Fest was going on.
Yeah, no, I didn't know either.
I usually never miss Beer Fest when it's here.
Yeah, well, they changed it to a new location.
And they had I saw a big ass concert next to it, and I looked it up. It was a blues fest. Is that what you went to?
I went to the Jazz Fest.
How was that? Oh, Jazz Fest.
Or I think it is. Well,
did you take any Molly? Oh no! What's better than
boring.
Some Stevie Ray with some ecstasy, baby?
Some of the people probably were just like, it's so interesting that like the whole crowd. So
tell me about that.
Yeah. So that whole crowd is interesting just because, I was the youngest person in the crowd by.
I would assume so.
By 30 years. Yeah.
30.
So I went with my parents, which is.
They were rocking the fuck out, probably. Your dad playing air sax.
I wish he's like one of those stoic guys who will just like sit in the chairs like, I'm enjoying this.
I'm enjoying this.
And it's like, Dad, you don't look like you're enjoying this. And he's like, I am.
Music to my ears.
Yeah. So I guess he's just like a little different. But yeah. So
did he tell you that this is music, son?
Yes, exactly. that happened at least like 4 or 5 times. So
oh my God. What are you listening to? Miley Cyrus over there?
So it was really cool. So the story behind this one, there's this one blues. They wanted to go see this one guy. His name is Kingfish.
Is he pretty known in the jazz community?
I believe he's pretty known in the jazz community, but even more interesting than this, they took a trip out to Louisiana. My sister is going to school and living in New Orleans.
Where at?
Loyola.
Raging Cajuns?
Yeah, Raging Cajuns. I don't even know what Loyola is.
Have you been?
The Pumas?
Have you been over there?
Yeah, dude.
You hit up Bourbon Street?
We didn't do Bourbon's. Well, we walked past it, but like the biggest takeaway I had from New Orleans was
Katrina hit last week.
Potholes.
Oh, dude.
The potholes, you could hide. You could like hide a Japanese soldier in those potholes.
Bro, yes, I know exactly what you're saying. Like when I went there.
Yeah.
Outside of Bourbon Street. Hey, did Katrina hit like 2 months ago?
Yeah,
what are we doing here?
We still
and then Bourbon
this?
Street's like this own little mini Vegas strip.
Yeah.
It was cool. I would love to go back.
And there's so many different parts of like New Orleans. Like some have recovered a little bit better than the others, but they basically have parties like every night.
Oh, it's awesome, dude. Yeah. We were tearing it up on Bourbon Street. And we'll go back. I'm sorry to interrupt you about the Kingfish.
No, it's okay.
Kingpin, jazz.
This is organic. It's the flow of conversation.
But, I had a friend who was doing an internship in Louisiana. So we had me and 3 other buddies. And he had a vehicle out there. So we just drove back from Louisiana, back to Oregon.
Damn.
And we were only in New Orleans one night. We tore it up. Nothing better than to start a road trip across the fucking nation hungover. Like, dude,
I can imagine.
We stopped by. We're in Bourbon Street, and his apartment was like maybe like a 5-minute cab ride. It was really close though.
Oh, and you can drink in the cabs. You can.
Well, we didn't drink in the cabs.
It's so weird. You can literally walk outside of a bar with your drink still in hand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like mini
drink.
Vegas.
Yeah, it's like Vegas, but you can even do it in your car. You can drink in your car. That's insane.
Yeah, there you. Hey, the bayou, babe. They ain't got no rules.
Swamp living.
Yeah, swamp living.
Swamp life.
My friend was like, "Hey, we gotta stop by this restaurant." So we went and got some grub when we all flew in pretty early in the day. And no, this was the next day. We flew in late, hung out, went to bed, partied the next night, and then took off on our road trip. So got good, like jet lagged. Yeah, I'm not trying to party, bro.
And then hungover
across the nation. If I just flew so far, and so we chilled. But that night we went and got some dinner. It was still early, maybe like 5 o'clock. The Hurricane. Have you ever heard of a Hurricane drink? It's not like that cheap ass $2.50 can from 7-Eleven, but it's their own. It's kind of like
cheaper. It's like $2.05 with bottled deposit.
I don't know. Never bought one.
I bought one because I kind of like to try like the shitty
freaking
stuff. Like,
Hurricane Winfield coming in.
Hurricane Winfield. Yeah, once that comes, it is disgusting.
So bad. But their drinks was Hurricane. It's like an AMF. Is this big old red drink.
It's a mixed drink, right?
Yeah, it's like 7 shots in there. So we got pretty warmed up. And we went to this other bar. I can't remember what it was called. It was so long ago. But it was like a block away from Chi-Fi, the Raging. Is that UL Lafayette? Or what's the Raging Cajuns? Isn't that them right there right there in the middle of Bourbon Street?
Maybe. What I'm thinking of, because Loyola and I can't remember the other university, but it's like 2 complete opposites of each other. Like one's an art school and one's like a normal like Southern like fraternity centric school, and they're right across the street from each other. So like I remember like walking through Loyola campus and just seeing all these like art students going to class, and then like walking across the street and just like woo, like forget it.
I want to be on that side. We're all doing acid on one side.
Not LSU. Yeah. Well, I don't know. They're just like little prissy. It's like
the Raging Cajuns. That's
what is
Lafayette, University of Louisiana Lafayette. Like I remember walking the streets, and I got like this big old obnoxious silly cup with the straw that's a drink, and there was cops parked at like every alleyway, and I was like, why do you guys is there any reason that you guys just blocking all the alleyways? He's like, well, you like your organs? I was like, what? Excuse me? You like your organs? I was like, yeah. You organ donor? I'm like, I don't think I'm an organ donor. I'm not. Like, I keep these parts, baby. I keep
these are mine.
Put my organs in the grave. Right? Then the cop was like, yeah, there's a lot of people that get kidnapped and they get cut up, they get their organs stolen and sold on the black market. I was like, oh yeah, good job, guys. Thanks for blocking these.
Protecting, sir.
Yeah, thanks for blocking these alleyways. I was just loved. I was so blunt. Hey man, like I was probably just a drunk asshole. Like, hey, just come sorry. Why you got blocking my piss alley, dude? I got pissed. You like your organs?
You want to get human trafficked?
A sobering question. What? What
you want to be sold to a Russian billionaire?
Yeah. Hey, Igor said he'll pay $500K for your little white ass.
Yeah. He'll eat that shit up.
So stay away from the alleys, folks. But I guess we go back to his kingfish.
Well, damn, this is pales in comparison to your little night. But yeah, so there's this little town in Louisiana. This is kind of like where it started. My parents went out to visit my sister at Loyola. Not with the Raging Cajuns, but so yeah, Kingfish. He's like 20 years old. He's fat as, I mean, that's not nice to say, but he is morbidly obese.
4 bills.
He's probably 400 pounds. Yeah. Take a look at him if you can. Like,
yeah, 4 bills, not healthy. You saw Jared Lorenzen.
He's
rest
like,
in peace.
Who?
Jared Lorenzen.
No.
Lorenzo.
No, I've
never heard that name.
No.
This guy was Kentucky's quarterback back in the day. He was like, bro, he was 300 pounds. 300 pounds. It's like 6'3" or 6'3", 6'4", 300 some pounds, and he broke records at Kentucky. And then he went undrafted, got a Super Bowl ring with the Giants when Eli was quarterback. Damn. He was Eli's backup, but he just died.
Fat guy on the sideline.
He's like 38, I think it was. But yeah, just everything shuts down. Excuse me, everything shuts down, dude.
Here, let me see if I can pull up a picture of Kingfish because this guy,
The white guy?
no, he's black.
Yeah,
he's super bayou.
Where's he? Oh, he's from?
I think he's from Louisiana, but
He's Gator Wrestler. Serenades the
Kingfish.
games with his clarinet. What does he play? What instrument?
he plays the guitar, which is really surprising because he cannot see the guitar.
His stomach just eats the guitar. Like,
So he's basically tripping out. Like he's just like meow, meow, like the whole
does
time.
he sing or just jams?
He sings, yeah, but like I think his singing is like you have to sing, but really like the artistry is in his guitar playing and the ability to it's like blues jazz. Like you have to go with the flow. Like different instruments have like different speeds, tempos. You go in, you go out.
Is it electric guitar?
It's electric guitar. That's just because the blues, But it's like it's its own little language. Like some like the keyboardist will like play a little diddle, and then everyone knows to like let the keyboardist have like a little solo or whatever.
You should have dosed your pops with shrooms before the jazz fest.
This guy is a jelly belly.
Ooh, baby, eating all the fish sticks.
He is
dude.
20 years old.
Bro, that's a saltwater crocodile if I've ever seen one, dude.
Quite bloated for sure. But he is a sweetheart. We what I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, so this article's like it just mentions BB King, Jimi Hendrix. So I was like,
yeah, well, I think he has
Is he
like a
better than
similar
BB
playing
King?
style to Jimi Hendrix.
yeah, that was like the first thing that I thought of when you brought up Kingfish.
Kingfish,
And
yeah.
a big boy, because BB King's a big boy, but a hell of a
Yeah,
guitar
geez.
player. He's fucking good.
He was. R.I.P.
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 BB King.
But yeah, anyway, so there's this like little town in Louisiana, basically, probably smaller than Canby or Grass Valley. Or
Do they have cement?
do they have cement?
Like sidewalks?
Maybe like
Paved
two.
roads?
I think it's a wide spot on the road.
Is it just a riverbed that people used to a dried up riverbed?
Basically, a dried up riverbed with a couple of trailers just hanging around.
Oh, my
But
God.
there's like a bar there.
One bar?
One bar.
Yeah, I love those towns, man. Those towns with one bar.
And what all these like blues musicians will do is they'll go to this one bar, they'll play, and it's a very like very small bar, so it's like a 20-person venue or whatever. So you get access to these really great blues musicians, basically right up front, like right there. You're not like in a crowd with a bunch of hippies, like Blues Fest.
Like locals, or these guys just pull up?
These are locals, and then also people I think that kind of know it. It's kind of a secret. I forgot the town name, so that's probably for the best to kind of keep it.
I mean,
But
I don't know if this pales in comparison, but it's kind of like have you ever heard of the Comedy Store in
That sounds
Cali, in
familiar.
LA? You could pull up on a Wednesday or a Tuesday, and they just have
like Adam Sandler's there randomly.
like
or-
Joe Rogan, Joe Coy, like Andrew Santino, like all these like the
Yeah.
big names of comedy.
That's
You
yeah.
can go in there on a random day, and it's
That's
going to be a
exactly
lineup
that's
of,
exactly it. Except this is in the bayou,
in the middle of fucking nowhere,
Middle of
surrounded
fucking
by
nowhere.
freaking gators
Yeah.
and dinosaurs.
snapping turtles and shit.
Playing Frogger, hopping on, trying to get one bar in the middle of a swamp. Hey, if you get here, drinks
That's right.
are
Yeah,
free.
there's no roads. It's you gotta get your own fan boat or whatever they have. But yeah. So my parents they went there. They saw Kingfish there, and they fell in love. So they saw he was playing at the Jazz Fest, and this guy's kind of like a phenom in the jazz, the blues world, just because he's so young, he's so talented.
Yeah.
But like his manager telling him like, dude, you gotta lose weight because you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Like,
I
you're
mean,
gonna
that's
die at
awesome.
30.
I would have loved to go. I would have loved to check out a jazz fest.
It's pretty cool.
So I saw that, but I mean, ultimately, I chose the fucking rodeo.
That's totally.
But I mean,
yeah.
I would still go to the jazz festival. Like when I saw that there was a concert, I was like, I texted baby girl, I was like, hey, because I was driving,
Yeah.
and I was like, can you look up what's going on in the waterfront? Because it looked like Beer Fest, and I'm like, no, like Beer Fest, like this is about the time that Beer Fest happens.
They move spots.
Yeah,
They move
yeah, they moved like
to the Pearl, like further down the Esplanade, like
Yeah.
closer to like Slabtown, if you know what Slabtown is.
Slaptown.
It's kind of a new area.
Sounds sexual.
Yeah. It's like where all the Nike guys, like the guys fresh out of college who work at Nike.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. All like there's a bunch of new development down there. Like just basically just apartments. But yeah, it's a pretty cool spot. And Craft Brew is just like there. It was pretty small this year. Like it was a lot smaller than I think it was. Or maybe it seemed a lot smaller just because like the venue. Because we've been there a couple times.
I was across the river, so I was driving by, so I just saw it from a distance. So when you guys went to this jazz show, were your parents like, "Oh, honey, there's a jazz fest. Who's playing?" Just scrolling. Oh, Kingfish. You remember him?
I don't know.
Or do they know anyone else besides Kingfish?
We
Name
went
sounds
there
familiar?
for Kingfish. Yeah.
Yeah, that will ride on. How badass would it be to learn how to speak Cajun? You sound like a didgeridoo 24/7.
Sound like Boom and Hair. Boom and Hair.
That is a crazy language
It's French. I
in
think.
itself.
It's like French English, swampy French English.
But happy birthday to America, 4th of July. It's America's birthday, right?
I think it's the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Yeah.
Did you watch Trump's parade that he had?
No.
He had a big old parade. MSNBC didn't even air it. They're like, we're not airing the parade because Trump was like hauling like soldiers and like
bias.
tanks and everything.
Oh yeah, that's right. They shipped in tanks and stuff.
Hillary Clinton put out a tweet that was like, I know you need to show your army support, but I don't know if you need to have it by your side. Like, kind of like calling him out for flexing on this parade. And I was like reading some of the comments under her tweet. Bro, like I shit you not. There was some people on there, and this is the only extent I'm gonna take this, but there was some people on there like calling her Madam President. I was like, this is a whole nother level of delusion right here. And after I saw that, I was like, oh, I'm out of here. I can't read. But I just saw a lot of people, and this was because I was seeing these tweets like as it was going on. I was working still. I worked like half day on the 4th.
Yeah,
and so I was like, I want to come home. I was like, I want to watch that, see what all this fuss is about. A lot of people were hating on it and saying that he didn't need to flex. I mean, it did cost like supposedly $100 million for this parade, but they pretty much people were getting on. They're like, oh, his ego just throwing out this parade. And then some people posted videos of JFK's 4th of July parade. And bro, JFK was flexing on him with 4 nuclear missiles parading. He had 4 nukes on big ass trucks just parading through.
Awesome.
And I was like, hey, that's the most ultimate flex of all time. I showed the world like, what you got? We got 4 missiles.
JFK,
Don't fuck with this. But then I watched his speech and
who JFK's or
no, Trump's.
Yeah.
And it got me pumped, man. Like people were hating on the speech, saying that like, who wrote this? Like an 8th grader, like just hating on my dude. Just like listen without like hate. You don't have to like hate everything.
So wait, in this video, is that like bulletproof glass like in front of him?
Yeah, I think that's just a new thing for all presidents, dude. I think all presidents would be in that situation.
It's like a pope, like the
he
pope.
did it in front of the Lincoln Memorial.
Yeah,
they had U.S. had like snipers all up on top of that.
Well, they've always had snipers,
yeah.
but I've never seen someone contained like that.
Behind the glass.
It's not even a speech. Like, yeah.
I never actually. I think with Trump, maybe with Obama. I don't really remember it with Obama, but I've been seeing this recently. But his speech was like he did not say "I" one time. So that's why I saw people pointing out, and he didn't say. It was like a 45-minute speech, and I watched it all. I got pumped up, bro. He went through all the like different branches in our military.
Okay,
and just told like. Pretty much just gave like a history lesson, like really like memorable stories about like a real historic moment with the Coast Guard, and then he talked about the historical moments like but like Buzz Aldrin and that Chuck Jaeger, like the first like
the guy
Air
who
Force
broke,
pilots,
yeah, like
the Sound of Speed, dude, yeah, the first guy to travel at the Sound of Speed. He just talked about stories of the speed of sound. What did I say?
Sound of Speed.
Sound of Speed. Whatever, guys, you get it. Yeah, and dude, he had an air show also. And have you ever been to an air show?
I think I'd really enjoy an air show.
It's sick, dude. When I was younger, I thought that like fighter pilots was like the coolest fucking job, dude.
Yeah,
that shit is go big or go home. Like Hey, we in the air. There's like either I get you or you get me. Like there's
Just buzzing people like.
yeah, and the air shows are sweet. Like, have you ever heard of the Blue Angels?
Yeah.
They fly in sync, you know. Dude, that is crazy. Like any little movement, because they're so close to each other. Any like fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we all like us 5 Blue Angels. We all going down. Like,
Yeah.
but,
And there's a lot of, or not a lot of accidents, but there are accidents where the guys will.
oh yeah.
you
Oh
know,
yeah,
perish
There
because
was,
they're flying.
we
so
talked about
crazy.
this before, but they had an air show, and there's like 2 pilots made a penis, a big old air penis. But when
That's
I was
awesome.
I just got a little bummed out, man. Like, I mean, we're born in America. You look at any other country, like I feel like outside of the U.S., every country is, even if they don't like whoever's in charge of their country, they still like love their country. You know, like. I feel like every other nation besides us is like so proud of their own nation. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we have like so much diversity, and I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but I was just bummed. Like people were saying that, oh, it's hard to celebrate 4th of July when we have like people locked up at the border, like all the Mexicans, and it's like. Those are the same people that are like the same white people saying that we shouldn't be celebrating the 4th of July are the same white people that fucking go out and get tequila on Cinco de Mayo. you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that there's absolutely nothing wrong. Like, we have one day, and this was the day that we broke away from freaking the tea drinkers, you know? So we're Gucci, man. This was our set of freedom. I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with. You want to go have a fucking party, support your nation's birth. I mean, have at it. What's going on at the border is that shouldn't derail our ability to celebrate the birth of our nation. So that whole Mexican border situation, I'm like, I don't understand. I'm like, why aren't we just like, they're allowed to can't they go back to Mexico? Like, I thought they're allowed. Are they being held?
All right, careful now.
Oh no! I would just say I don't know. I don't know what's happening with that. And
I'm sure. This is a political podcast here.
Oh, I don't give a fuck. I was just saying, hey, this is 4th of July, and we just have people out there yelling, and I was like, man, we're full at the moment.
I think you just got to compartmentalize it. You know, have fun on 4th of July. Still understand that there's some issues like at the border, but it shouldn't 100%. Take away from I think you just can't celebration.
There's a lot of people out there that allow like negative things that aren't necessarily affecting them. I feel like a lot of people choose to put their own mind space in a place of negativity constantly. They're like waking up like scared.
Every day
scared motherfucker. Yeah, every day like, oh,
I'm woke.
Man.
I woke up and I'm woke.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, dude, that's like, I can't speak for you, but that has to be an exhausting way of life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I can't imagine that. Like when I was living in DC, one of the
never knew you lived in DC, but that's wild. I've never been in DC.
That was my first job out of college.
Nice, dude.
Yeah,
I would have loved to go out there.
DC's interesting, but like it's such an amalgamation, and like there's a lot of people and a lot of things that kind of coalesce there in DC. So you have.
It seems like a real crazy place. Like, you got a lot of crooked ass politicians and a very diverse population in Washington, D.C.
It's huge, yeah. And like, you go from, your apartment where there's a bunch of working professionals and like two blocks down, like this is the best Peruvian chicken. I think it's called. If anybody's in the DC area,
I'm not a fan, man. I'm not.
You've never had Peruvian chicken though, so
I've had like this dish with like rice, and there was like a freaking banana in there or something, like a mushed up banana. I'm like, oh, I'm never getting Peruvian food ever again. It was gnarly.
For those in the DC area, you probably know it's called Pollo Loco, or it's
I know Pollo Loco,
something like that. It's it's something close. You probably know if you're in the DC area, you know. But so the things that we would not talk about, which makes a lot of sense, is like gender, race, We call it grapes. Gender, race, I forget the A. Politics, You want to talk about politics because everyone has some sort of.
Wait, you have rules about what you can and can't talk about?
Well, I think the people who have like good, social relationships.
It's just hard.
Like, you kind of put yourself on one side when you talk about politics.
Yeah, and then you have like immediate people like already want to come after you. But dude, I'm not like far each way, dude. I have the ability to have like an open, uncovered. Yeah, I have an open conversation. I will take your points in. I'll listen to you. Like,
yeah.
But there's just some people like it's such a trigger, and it's like,
exactly.
Hey man, like at the end of the day, I still like you for who you are as a person. Unless you're like doing something illegal that that I shouldn't like you, but I mean, whatever your beliefs, like your religion, your politics, I'm never gonna push my beliefs on you. That's what I think. Whatever you believe in makes you the kind of person that you are. So, I mean, some people you got to be an adult about things and be able to have a civil conversation.
And that's, I think, what's beautiful about grapes. I can't
Grapes.
I can't remember what the A is.
That's
age?
also
it's probably age.
grapes.
But yeah,
I think they're just telling you can't rape. I think that's probably that's what you can't do. But dude, I would love to. I mean, I never knew that you're living in Washington D.C., but that's awesome. Like, I would love one of these summers. I want to do like a whole, just like I want to fly out to Maine, like I rent a car and just pump it all the way down to like Nashville. But
I did that actually.
Yeah, I want to go get some lobsters in Maine.
Lobster.
And then I want to hit up like Boston. I want to hit up Gettysburg, dude. I want to hit up all the historical sites, dude. Like history. I know a lot of people hate on history, but history is one of my favorite subjects. So I can sit there and like taking all that info. Like I would love to see all like the Civil War fucking battlefields and Gettysburg, all that. That shit is
the ghosts. Oh, there's ghosts at Gettysburg.
Dude. I want to go there at night, dude.
Yeah,
I want to fuck with baby squirrel in the graveyard and see what. No, that's a little cynical, but I want to let the ghosts watch. Hey, Ulysses S. Grant, check out this dick, bro. I can stop a whole Confederate army with this schlong, baby, this musket down here.
Musket,
but yeah, man. I feel like a lot of people now are trying to like delete history.
Talking about like the
like, good or bad,
Yeah,
and it's mostly bad. Like, did you see the Betsy Ross flag Nikes that came out? And Kaepernick was like,
I didn't read the whole article, but from what I understand, they released the Betsy Ross flag Nike. They had like a flag on the back of the shoe, and
it was just like how the stars are in a circle on the flag. It was like that stars, in the back, and then I don't know. They were dope Air Maxes, dude. But like Cap said something that it was offensive. Kaepernick.
Were they Air Max 90s?
Yeah, they were sick, dude. They took them down like right after that, and Nike like apologized for it, and I was like, dude. Nike out here making money on Colin Kaepernick, and they got sweatshops overseas.
So it was Colin Kaepernick who called for the boycott of
yeah,
the
pretty
show?
much. And then that started like this whole thing about people like, well, the Betsy Ross flag was introduced in a time that like we had slaves, and I didn't do a lot of like reading on this, so you can't take me don't take my quote seriously, but. I mean, I think that was our first flag that we had when our nation was born. That was our very first flag. Yeah, so like, I just don't know how you could attempt to like hate on that. And
yeah, it's just people just being a little too sensitive.
Yeah, it's just guys, like look at the bright side, man. We're like so far ahead from that.
Yeah, and you're talking about erasing history, like a lot of those like people like calling for Confederate generals, like the statues. To go down, and I think it's really anti. History is. I don't think you learn from your history.
Yeah,
right.
Like,
and I don't necessarily think that all Confederates were bad. It was just they're two different sides. One is more industrialist at this time. One is more agrarian. So subsistence farming, and yes, they were using. Slaves, not in all instances, but in, when you think of like,
dude, no, I know
when
what
you
you're
think
saying.
of like a cotton farm.
I think about this and I'm like, but in reality, Okay, guys, hear me out. In no shape or form do I think that slavery was ever good. But I also, me and you, back in those days.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd have slaves. I don't think we would have been rich enough, man. Like, it's like how much of the,
well, Thomas Jefferson had slaves.
Yeah. I mean, all the presidents. Yeah. George Washington had them.
Yeah.
And, but it's mostly like the rich guys, the plantation owners, the farmers, like the big time farmers. I think it was mostly them. Like, I don't think that you're like a middle class family. I don't know. I wasn't alive then. I can't really say.
What's even more interesting? I don't know if we want to dive like super deep into like.
We do whatever we want.
I don't know
baby.
why we got really political all of a sudden.
4th of July is the birth of a nation. But we're coming back. We've had the last 2 weeks off. Come in hot, whatever.
To think of how to divide our audience the most. But the Trail of Tears, right?
Never heard of them.
The Trail of Tears?
Yeah.
So it's basically when the federal government kicked out a bunch of these Native American communities and they made them walk. Like they basically like said like, okay, we're gonna have this area, and if you're in this area, we're relocating you to like Oklahoma. And so the Trail of Tears was basically just like this long, arduous, really crappy walk where like a lot of people died. It's looked upon pretty poorly, like a poor decision,
dude,
on the federal government. But
we fucked the Native Americans.
But now they have casinos.
Yeah, dude. Like, yeah, we gave them casinos, but they got a shit end of the stick. Like if you really want to get down to it, and I know
Native Americans,
they're like they got those reparations, however much. Like some people only get $1,000 a month, and I'm sure the U.S. is winning this deal somehow of what they gave the natives, but they're a very quiet minority that you don't really hear them speaking out too much. I mean, there are avenues and groups that are speaking out, but man, you want to get real into it. We just showed up like, what's up? What's up?
Y'all got to leave.
Yeah, just kill them all for the most part.
But yeah, what I was going to say about the Trail of Tears is the Indians, or excuse me, the Native Americans, the first Americans were on this trail, but they had slaves as well. So they had black slaves.
And some dude kidnapped cowboys. There's some kidnapped cowboys in there.
They had African slaves, which is really, I think, was really interesting. We kind of just like hate ourselves about that, but at the same time, they had their own culture and community and their own way of doing stuff, and they also had slaves. So
Trailer Tears sound like a bunch of gypsies. They're moving around campsite to campsite.
Talk about a people who've been shat on for their entire existence. Gypsies.
Oh yeah, gypsies.
And I still don't trust them.
Dude. Have you heard that boxer Tyson Fury?
No.
Dude, this is badass, like 6'9" white boy from England. They call him the Gypsy King. He's a gypsy, moves from place to place, but he's a beast, dude. Like,
oh yeah,
so good. Besides the point, on this TV, I just saw. Have you seen Lion King, the remix? Disney out here hustling everybody, man.
Yeah,
they're the same fucking shows that we watched as cartoons when we were little kids.
They're remaking
them all into some CGI. It's a more sophisticated cartoon. That's
beautiful.
Like, and America, we just rewatching Lion King again. Like, what happened. Mufasa dies. Scar's a dickhead. Simba and Nala fucked. Like, come on.
Well, I think isn't the Lion King basically just a Shakespeare play? Put it like originally, I think it was like one of Shakespeare's plays, and they adapted it.
I don't know any Shakespeare's plays besides Romeo and Juliet.
Trust me, like when they made us read it in school, I was like, fuck this.
Yeah,
Midsummer's Night Dream.
They remade Lion King. They remade Aladdin. And they remade Jungle Book.
Yeah, Jungle Book
and Mermaid. And people are in a hot fuss about a black chick is playing Ariel. I can't remember. Can you look up her name? Who the new Ariel in Little Mermaid is? But hey, people are like up in arms. I grew up. My Ariel is a redhead Isla Fisher. You know who Isla Fisher is? She's that redhead on Wedding Crashers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Isla Fisher. But that's my ideal. Like, that's just my engraved into what is. But I mean, Disney, like remaking Little Mermaid. It's also a mermaid, you fucks. Those aren't real things. Like, so relax. Who cares if it's a black chick or not, you know?
Yeah.
It's going to be the same story. There's going to be a talking crab. There's going to be a lobster, whatever it is.
What if they change it to like a talking sea cucumber?
Dude, an eel. How ugly would that be? Just like this. Oh, get that eel out of here.
Who's the evil lady? Like the do you remember the name?
Griselda?
Is it Gris? Oh, that's a nasty name.
Is it Griselda?
I don't know.
Or is that off Dalmatians?
That's
Cruella
Cruella DeVille.
Ooh, flash down memory lane. I haven't heard that name in a while. She was hot.
That's probably the next one that they're gonna make.
Bro, they already did.
They did
like 3 of them.
103 Dalmatians.
Non-cartoon. But
Pocahontas. Ooh, that would be interesting.
Yeah. Who would you have play Pocahontas?
Aubrey
Zoe
Plaza.
Saldana.
Ooh, she's hot right now.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
John
some no name.
Smith.
John
A little
Stamos.
Liam Neeson. Chris Hemsworth.
I don't know who you
Get a
are.
real Spaniard in there, dude. Cristiano Ronaldo, maybe. Take off his shirt.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
I'm sure, bro. You give it a year. They'll be like,
Yeah,
Pocahontas trailer.
watch one of the producers just like listen.
They
to
just
this.
have to do voiceovers too, man. Like CGI is like, or do you have to put on the suit, like the green suit?
You got to do the green suit. You got to do the green suit. You got to do. What is it?
A woman actress, Whoopi Goldberg. That should be the new mermaid. Would people be pissed?
Yeah.
I know, because there's some people that are like, ooh, like this black chick, like pumped, like, yeah, cool, man, like whatever. I'm not gonna watch Little Mermaid, and it's not because I don't want to watch Little Mermaid. It's because I fucking already saw Little Mermaid, and I don't need to give this my money to watch it again.
It's not for you, Rody.
Can you imagine if they did like a serious version of the new Little Mermaid, or however they were gonna make it with this actress that they have right now, and instead of this actress, it was Whoopi Goldberg. People would be
As
like,
the voice, or like as the actual.
as the actual mermaid, the main character, be like, oh, well, this is
I would.
this is
Oprah.
not my Ariel.
I think Oprah.
This is-
Oprah would be really good.
Oprah would be like, no. Oprah would be like, people would be like, they couldn't even get Oprah. I'm like, that would be what they saw Whoopi Goldberg and not even Oprah, huh? Not even
Oprah.
That's what people's reaction would be.
Oh God, is she still on The View or whatever the fuck it's called? I think it
Whoopi
is The View.
Goldberg?
Yeah,
Is she still alive?
she is still.
Okay, sorry. Just sure. Hasn't been working lately. I don't know.
Well, maybe she's maybe because like The View, it's like 5 ladies
I'm
just
pretty sure she's
squawking
a
at
sit-
each other.
Pretty sure she likes to scissor. Pretty sure she likes to scissor.
Oh yeah,
Do your thing. Do your
Who's-
thing, girl.
who's her partner?
You think her and Ellen DeGeneres ever
Oh, I bet.
hung out? Text her, Ellen DeGeneres text, Whoopi
You
Goldberg. You up? Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. But did you watch any of this is another hot topic I've been seeing a lot of people talk
Hot
about.
topic alert.
Did you watch the Women's World Cup?
I watched a couple.
I watched
And-
France. That was the only game that I watched, was that game. And the World Cup, I didn't realize how early it was, and I was hungover,
it's so early.
and so I slept, and I knew we were gonna win. Like I knew
Feels
America.
good, too.
And so shout out women's, like you guys are fucking ballers.
Megan Rapinoe.
Megan Rapinoe,
And
hot topic.
who's the other girl?
And my girl Alex
Alex Morgan. There it is.
Woo!
Yeah.
Don't touch. Hey, don't even look at her, man. Like I saw you.
She's
Like
yours.
I saw you like checking her out, and I'm like, hey man, I got to slap the shit out of you next time I see you putting eyes on Alex Morgan. But so a lot of people are
They destroyed Thailand too. It was like what was
Yeah.
it?
So,
Like 9-0.
about this. So I want to get into like their pay scale that everyone's up in arms about. And I hate like the World Cup is every 4 years,
Yeah.
and our
the women's too. It's just sort of staggered.
I think it's the same thing every
Yeah.
4 years, but I think they've won like 4. They're like the most the U.S. women's national team is the most dominant soccer team out of men's or women's any soccer. Like, I think they have 4 World Cups. Can you look up how many World Cup wins the U.S. women's have? But I hate how there's all this controversy. Like, dude, let these girls celebrate, man. They just tore it up. Like, World Cup every 4 years.
So people are kind of up in arms about the pay?
Just like, because there was like Megan Rapinoe, all the controversy, like her saying, I'm not going to go to the fucking White House. Like, it was 5 with this one. So it was 4, and now this is the 5th one.
When did the Women's World Cup start?
I think we might have 3 in a row, though. The last 2 World
impressive.
Cups.
That is
very
impressive.
But here, people are like, because people were all up in arms, like, these girls Megan Rapinoe was like kneeling, doing all the protesting, and so people are already hating on that. And there's people like, oh, I hope that the women lose. What? Like, I'm not cheering for no other country, man. Like, what? Hey, just because you don't like a couple girls on the squad, like you still.
So
like,
she was kind of like Kaepernicking.
Yeah, she was kneeling, but then like the soccer federation was like, hey. They like came to her like, you ain't fucking kneeling in the World Cup. And then she started standing after that. But she was getting interviewed and like, if you guys win the World Cup, will you go to the White House? And Megan Rapinoe was like, I'm not going to the fucking White House. And
to each your own.
Yeah, do your thing. Personally, whether I like to was in office or not, I would still go to the fucking White House. But dude,
what a great day trip.
Yeah,
and you get some free sandwiches out of the deal.
I don't gotta talk to you, man. I'm just out there for the booze and the food, man. Like who cares?
Just bring a plastic bag and just take a bunch of food home with you.
Yeah, what am I gonna shake his hand? Congratulations! Oh, thank you, President.
Those are the sandwiches.
Thank you, number 45. It's
absolutely huge.
Yeah. I didn't think you guys would do it, Megan Rapinoe. I mean, hey, she's a baller, though. Like, I can't say that I believe in everything that she believes in, but she's a fucking baller on the soccer pitch. So, I mean, do your thing, mate. Megan, I don't fucking know you or anything. I'm sure you're a cool person, but whatever you got
Megan,
going on.
if you're listening.
Yeah, I'm not going to go be a player hater right now. Like, I don't know you. I don't know you as a person. So
also, Megan, if you have any ghost stories.
Yeah, send them in. Voice message.
We're trying to compile a list of good listener ghost stories. So I know you're listening to this, Megan Rapinoe. So tell us your greatest ghost story.
So this is the pay discrepancy between the men and the females. Between the men's team and the women's team, the national teams. Yeah. This is away from their clubs. The girls, if they win the World Cup, I think it's something like $250K per chick for winning the World Cup.
Wow.
And this is strictly soccer. This goes away from their sponsorships because I'm sure each player has their own deals with companies, you know?
Yeah.
So this is strictly soccer payroll. If the girls win, it's $250K per chick. If the guys win, it's $1 million.
Okay.
If they win the World Cup. So I don't know how they're going to fix this. I mean, you could take whatever I say right now. You could take it however you want. But so the guys say get $1 million. Hey, guys, look, the U.S. men's are never going to win the World Cup unless by miracle. You're not beating out the Ronaldos. You're not beating the Messis. You're not beating the Spains. You're not beating the Brazils. You're not beating the Portugals. You're not beating the Englands.
Well, England's pretty shitty, I think, right?
They have been. The last World Cup they were. But France, Mbappe, you ain't beating Mbappe, dude. He's baller. Do you think like the FIFA commission was probably like, these fucking guys aren't America, like the men's, they're like, but the girls.
So it's more like blood money. Like you went out there, you did your best, and we know you're not like compete on that same level.
This is so like Megan Rapinoe, a bunch of soccer players were like suing the like FIFA to get higher wages.
Okay. And they want $15 an hour.
Yeah. I mean, I assume so. They're along those lines. But it's like, I'm sure that FIFA and the soccer was like, hear me out. This might be a rant, but like, I'm sure that they've sat down with FIFA and they were like, hey, we have this many viewers that are watching women's soccer. And I hate to sound sexist, but I mean, hey man, the truth fucking hurts.
You talking about demand?
Yeah,
you're talking about more of like
how many
demand.
viewers. So all these people like saying that the girls should get paid more. Like you guys need to help them out and watch. Like where are all the women watching soccer? Because the viewership compared to the men's World Cup and the women's World Cup, like when the women play, like you're gonna get our most viewership because our women are way better than the men.
Yeah,
and that's a true fact. But when the men's World Cup comes around, you have huge superstars known worldwide playing in this World Cup. So the viewership, the money making between the men's and the women's is a huge discrepancy. And I know for a fact, I don't know like for a fact, but I mean I would assume for a fact that all these notes have been laid out to the women. Like I mean, like they're probably like we can't, but I'm sure like US we can figure out a way to pay these girls more. And are we surprised that the United States, that we have like the most dominant females in the world? In a lot of other nations, like Thailand, the women's team, they
that's
made
it? Okay, so this article is saying that the women
Times.
get paid 30. So it's a $250,000 dollars in qualifying for the World Cup, and
that's not, I feel like Megan Rapinoe and Alex Morgan are making more money than other girls on their team, you know, because they're such big names.
Well, yeah, that's like, you know, that side money.
But when you think about like Thailand, how the women beat Thailand like 12-0 or 13-0.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, in Thailand, those girls that play for them, they go to soccer practice and then they come home, probably cook a full ass meal. Because their husband is actually paying for all the bills coming home from his job. Like, you think Thailand is paying the national women's soccer team anything? Like, that's just a raw group of people playing soccer, and that's like that.
A good question.
Besides, like like Spain or France, more like sorry, I'm ragging on you, Thailand, but like some more sophisticated countries. It's no surprise that we have that the women
sophisticated countries.
Like, dude,
Developed.
Alex Morgan.
You mean developed?
Megan Rapinoe, Julie Ertz, all these stud soccer players, is their job. This is what they do every single day. And you can't say the same about other nations. So the competition level in the men's group is far superior than the women's. And I mean, this is just, we could just, hey, y'all want to get paid, ladies? If you guys, I know the competition is a huge difference. It's huge difference in competition. So, ladies, how about we do with the women's national team versus the men's national team, best out of three. Whoever wins, either if the men win, you keep your pay scale. And if the women, you guys switch. Then the guys.
That would be interesting.
Why are we paying? Like, U.S. soccer is embarrassing, man. We get our asses handed to us.
Yeah.
The same day that the girls won the freaking World Cup, the men couldn't even, our biggest rival, Mexico, we couldn't even score one goal on them, like losing up whatever cup that was. But
is it the Copa Cup?
No, Copa was Chile or Brazil and Peru. I'm pretty sure Brazil won.
Well, yeah, we probably weren't even invited in that one.
Yeah, absolutely not. They whoever, if we got invited, every team would have wanted us in their division. Hey, come over here, dude. Yeah. You Yanks, come over here.
We don't have very many natural or like
what guys are born. And, what guys are playing? Like, there's two studs. There's Weston McKennie and Christian Pulisic. And Christian's like 20 years old. Yeah. They got time to blossom. So the next time they'll be, when's the guys in the next World Cup? A year? Two years?
Something like that.
Might be a year. Might be next year.
I mean, yeah, but like I'll be rooting for America, but at the same time, you pick your horse, right? Like,
well, I
roll
pick
like the Netherlands, or
I roll America because born and bred, baby. But my dad was born in Argentina, and I can have dual citizenship, so America is my other right. But I'm also like, I like Ronaldo more than Messi.
Really?
Yeah, but Messi can't just turn it on for Argentina. Argentina always has like baller offense, but just can never get it done in the big ones, you know?
Yeah. You've watched a lot more soccer than I have. That
whole the women's soccer pay scale. Go get your money, ladies. Like, I don't know.
It's demand. It's demand based.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, if it's the same thing like the WNBA. And We can talk about the and it's like the World Cup for the WNBA. Like people barely watch the like men's Olympic team.
Yeah, they got
not very many people watch like the real hardcore basketball people will watch the men's Olympics, but it's not that big of a spectacle.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the women's basketball Olympic, you might have like 5 people watching, and like how are you going to pay out all these people when like that avenue that
yeah, I think that's a completely valid point.
It's hard.
Yeah,
you know, I don't know how to fix this. I mean, because I said
there's one easy way to fix it.
Don't like
add
just
flames and bears.
Just don't play. Like, no, I'm saying like you're gonna have to go on strike or something. They didn't want to go because I was reading some stuff. They didn't want to go on strike because, like some people had to make money. But I'm like, the whole point of a strike is you got to sacrifice.
Yeah.
Like you can't take. They're like, this is the best deal that we could get. The current deal that they have right now. That's the best deal that they came up with. And it's like, if you're not like, you could see it. All these athletes like in the NBA now, the contracts don't really mean shit anymore. Especially in the NBA, like this superstar league. If a guy doesn't want to be somewhere, they're like, hey, I'm gonna cause some chaos on this team. So you might as well just trade me, get what you can from me, and be on your way. Because there's a lot of NBA moves, like Kawhi Leonard to the Clippers.
Oh, yeah,
everyone thought he was going to. Dude, I have never
seen the championship. See you later.
Hey, come on? He's from Cali. Ain't nobody from Cali living in Toronto.
Yeah,
you know how cold those you know how cold those winters are.
Yeah, it's basically just Chicago.
No thanks, dude.
It's a little windier.
I'm in LA, baby. LA. Yeah. But people were watching him like a hawk, like stalking his jet. They're like the media's all trying to figure out his personality. And he just works in the shadows, dude. He's just normal dude. He just knows how to not let shit out. And he was like meeting with all the Lakers. A lot of people thought that he was either going to go to the Lakers or return to the Raptors, and thought that the Clippers didn't stand a chance of getting him. Everyone thought it was Lakers or Raptors. Well, no news was getting out. Usually, like you could find leaks of like kind of find some stuff.
Insider.
Nothing was out. No one knew where he was going. And then like Magic Johnson had a meeting with them and pretty much just sung like a bird to the Twitter world. And I think he was just like, can't trust the Lakers. They got too much shit going on in their front office. Went to the Clippers and then got Paul George. You know Paul George? He got him to demand a trade. And this guy, in the middle of the night, no one expected, Paul George traded to the Clippers. Will join Kawhi Leonard. Like, dude, the West is stacked next year. So many good teams.
Wow.
It's going to be interesting.
And then Dame, our boy,
just signed that extension.
4 years.
Yeah, we're keeping him. Dame not going anywhere.
And our favorite, I think we should make
Miles Leonard.
Yes.
Yeah, Miles is out of here.
What?
Yeah, he got
He's
traded.
done?
Yeah, traded.
I'm gonna
Beach.
I'm gonna like do a GoFundMe to get him back.
Oh no, I think
Or like an
I think he wants
Indiegogo.
to stay where he got traded to Miami, bro.
He's gonna love it there.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
He's like,
I'm gonna miss him. That
Yeah.
guy's a living meme.
Neil, you said going to Miami? Yeah, South Beach, boy. Okay. All right, my bags are packed. And his Twitter was like, I found out by a Woj, this big old news reporter that always drops like, he's like the first ESPN guy that always drops like the bombshells.
Okay. The Woj.
Yeah, the Woj bomb, that's what they call it.
Okay.
And he was like, Miles Leonard tweet, I call him Miles because he's only earned the name Myers a couple times. But
Yeah.
Miles Leonard was like, I found out I got traded by a Woj tweet. And he was like, I got home. My wife was playing Miami by Will Smith. And she was like, we go. I was like, dude,
Dun, dun.
I would not be mad if I got traded from Portland to Miami. I would be like,
Yeah.
still getting paid. I'm not a starter. We could hang out on the beach. Like just
I'm gonna miss
chilling.
that kid. I'm gonna miss that kid.
Layman's gone.
Chris Layman?
Jake
Layman.
Jake Layman's
Okay.
gone. Hood is back. We got a bunch of new guys,
Rodney.
but we're a good team. And like the
We got
rookie
pretty
that we
far
got
this
last year,
I was
it's
really
a
happy.
whole new look team next year. So I'm excited to see that. A lot of changes in the NBA. It's going to be a fun year. I know that you have social media, and I know that you saw that flying knee to the face, that UFC fight.
No.
You did not see it. Pull
Okay.
this up, dude. this was, I know you don't watch UFC, but this was like, this card on Saturday had like 4, like there was like the 5 fights on the card. Like 4 of them were either champions or ex-champions.
Do you bet on this stuff?
I have. I didn't do not on any of these, but
where do you bet usually?
I use a couple of sites I could tell you off air. I don't no free ads. No free ads, bro.
If you are one of these sites, please contact us.
I'll tell you off air, but like I won money betting with the people I was watching with.
Yeah.
But as for I had a parlay. I went to do 3 fights, and you know how parlay works. Like all 3 of them have to win.
Yes, yeah.
So I was thinking like these 3. I wanted to bet on Holly Holm, Masvidal, the knee guy who I'll show you this one.
We're bringing it up right now.
And John Jones. You know John Jones.
Is he Brazilian? Or maybe it's Brazilian.
I think. Well, that's what he does. A lot of that.
Yeah. Okay.
But that was my like. That was my lock.
Your parlay.
That was my lock. So I would have lost it because the chick that I wanted to bet on ended up losing, and she got smoked. But a $50 bet was looking like $680.
Holly Holmes is. I've heard that name before. She's kind of like up and coming, right? Or
no, she's the one that pretty much like put Ronda Rousey on her downslide.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
And so that was her. And Holly Holm, she hasn't really won much after the Ronda Rousey. Like the Ronda Rousey was really she's an amazing kickboxer. So I'm not trying to take away anything from her, but her real like big claim to fame was like.
Bringing down the
Ronda.
Titan.
Yeah, wrecking Ronda. But the chick that Holly Holm lost to, this is the new king of the women. Yeah, she just destroyed.
What I loved about South Lake Tahoe was you could be in California, right? And walk across the street, go to the casinos, and make a bet in person. And they had like horse races and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
just like hang out. Well,
I really want to go
hang out there because like the guys that hang out there, there's some. Ugh.
When I get rich one day, I for sure want horses. Like,
you want horses?
I want a racing horse.
Did I tell you my family used to have a racing horse?
It's expensive, bro.
It was, yeah.
Horses are expensive, period. Like
boats,
expensive
horses.
to keep alive.
Yeah.
They're just expensive. Is this playing? Yeah, check this out. So I'll give you this backdrop behind this. So you step to the right, and that's all crucial. Boom, dude. See, he went down to shoot, and he got dropped by the knee. Fastest knockout in UFC history was this one.
Wow.
So the story behind this.
I can barely even see it. Or like, I can see it, but like.
You'll see it. You'll see it on Twitter. If not, I'll just like, I'll send it to you. But it was nuts because the story about this, so the guy who, with the flying knee, they call him Street Jesus, and he's been fighting for a while. Like back in the days, do you remember Kimbo Slice? Did you know that name?
Wasn't
Kimbo,
he on like on
he was like
on
a
Bang
street
Bus.
He was like a street brawler.
Right.
He had like
he was
backyard
also
fights.
like, I'm pretty sure like he was like, I remember this is like from when I was like discovering porn and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure Bang Bus. He was on like Bang Bus or something like that, like a couple times. Just like this.
Hey, can you look that up? Oh, right here. Right there. He was already out. Like, the ref should have got on him immediately. I don't know why the ref, those other 2 punches, but that was a
It
violent
almost looks
knockout.
like an accident.
Oh, so let me tell you, it was not.
I know.
The dude with the flying knee, Masvidal, like, he is just this, they call him, he's from Miami.
The Street Jesus.
He's Street Jesus. He's Cuban.
So him and Myers Leonard
He's
are
a
going to be hanging
badass.
out.
Probably. He's had a lot of, he's like 34 years old. So fair, like in the fight game, that's getting up there. That's getting up there in the fight game. But he is always this guy who had a bunch of potential in being like the champ, but he just never put it together. But his last like 3-4 fights, he's just been dominating. He's beating some badass dudes. And the guy who got kneed, this is his second fight in the UFC, but he was a 19-0 champ in a different promotion. Like
Gotcha.
UFC is the granddaddy of them all. Like,
Right.
So there's other pro leagues, but none of them make as much money as the UFC.
Gotcha.
So they have good fighters that can fight in the UFC and all these other promotions. It's just a matter of them, like who's paying them more. So they can pick and choose which promotion they want to fight
getting
for.
that deal to get into the UFC.
Yeah, so Askren was the champ there, and he finally, like him and like the president of the UFC didn't have like a good relationship. So the guy was like, I'm never signing him onto. But they finally worked something out and signed him. His first fight, he won, but he was getting like fucked up in the first couple rounds. But he's the best wrestler in the UFC.
Okay.
So his wrestling prowess is far superior than anyone else in the UFC. And it's so good, it can nullify other shit because he's not a good stand-up. Like, he's not a good boxer. He does not want to stand on his feet and trade punches with you. Like, he's going to get you down, and that's where he's going to either choke you out, ground and pound, or tire you out, you know?
Okay.
That's his game.
There's a tap out, right?
Yeah.
But,
so,
it's not like wrestling where you get points for.
Oh, I mean, like, I don't know how the
on.
judges score it, but they score like takedowns,
Okay.
but they have their own scoring method.
Yeah, I have no
I
idea.
don't
how
know
the
this.
scoring-
I don't
yeah.
know how the scoring works, so I can't. You just got to knock
You're
them out.
an
Knock
expert
them out or
compared
choke
to
them out.
me,
You know?
yeah.
I just, because a lot of I don't know how the judges score it. I know it's like knockouts, but sometimes it's like, this guy knocked him down like with one punch, but the other guy was kicking his ass all around. And so, but they'll still give points to the guy for knocking him down, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's really confusing how the judges do it.
Very
But,
arbitrary.
so he's so good at wrestling, but his whole shtick is like, he's a big shit talker, like huge shit talker.
Fucking hate those guys.
Yeah. And so he was running his mouth a lot, and Street
Good.
Jesus is a motherfucker. Like, you don't fuck with this guy. Dude, after his last fight, he was in the back, like getting interviewed or something, and someone was talking shit, and he was like, "What'd you say?" And he walked up to him, the guy talked shit again, and he just pieced him up. Three punch combo, just to this other fighter. Yeah, just in the back. Like, after his fight, some guy was talking shit to him, another UFC fighter, and he knocked him out 3 punch. Like, the guy, he was talking shit to Street Jesus, and he's like, "What'd you say?" And he's just during the middle of the interview, walked over there. Yep, put him out. And so in this fight, after he kneed him, and then after the fight, his coach put out a video of them 48 hours before the fight practicing the exact knee to start out. So I think when you're like, because they didn't touch hands, like at the weigh-ins, Masvidal did like the throat slash, like didn't say anything to him. He's like, "You're done." Like, because Ben Askren's like, "Why are you mad, bro?" Like I was like, "What? Who's still saying that at the weigh-ins?" Ben Askren's like, "You mad, bro?" And Street Jesus didn't say a word. Yeah, so he was practicing this the whole time, exactly how it happened. And so Ben Askren's a wrestler. They didn't touch gloves. So a lot of times before the fight, they'll like touch gloves, like, "All right, let's get it on," like respect. But this one, Street Jesus was just chilling on the fence, like back to the fence. I've never seen a fighter more relaxed in my life coming into a fight. Like, I was like, he was smiling, just chilling. Like, they're like, "Touch gloves." He's like, "Nah, start the fight."
Yeah, he knows what's about.
And so he starts the fight. He takes that step to the right because as a wrestler, you always shoot your most comfortable way. Probably watched film, and he's like, "I'm going to run at him." Immediately ran at him. Didn't really give Askren like time to react. So he's like, "I'm going to do what I'm best at. I'm just going to take him down." Like, this is a really sticky situation. And then he kneed him right there. Took him out. Fastest knockout in UFC history recorded.
That's
and then
insane.
he like hit him twice while he was knocked out. And then the ref threw him off. At the press conference afterwards, people were like, was it necessary? Yeah, they're like, was it necessary to hit him with those 2 punches? He's
You
like,
got to make sure.
yeah, he was like, "What do you mean? How was it not necessary?" He's like, "In my line of work, my job is to keep a man down until the referee takes me off of him. We're in a violent business." He was like, and he was like, "At what point are people going to be held accountable for? Everyone thinks it's cool to promote fights. And by the way that they promote fights, they talk all this shit. They question my manhood. They talk about my family. They talk about my religion. They talk about all this shit talking.
Yeah,
they do all this. Well, for what? Promote a fight? And you think that you could say all this shit and then we get in a fight and then we're going to touch gloves, fight, and then be friends? Man, you say some shit that you can't say." Like, he was like, Ben Askren, he's like, "You can talk a lot of shit. You can talk all the shit you want, but one of these days you're going to pull up and you're going to talk shit to a real motherfucker and that motherfucker's going to fuck you up." And that's exactly what happened. Like, Ben Askren, he tweeted after the fight, he was like, "Well, that sucked." I'm like, "Yeah, man." And so they're talking about him. Yeah, this was him just chilling, relaxed before it. And he was like, So, and I was with him. I was like, dude, because there is like Conor McGregor. There's these guys who talk all this shit. And it is true. You will run into someone who's going to be like, yeah, I don't put up with that. And he was, Street Jesus was like, if I see him in a Whole Foods, I'll still slap the shit out of him. I still don't like what he said, man. Like, I'm not going to be friends with him after all the shit that you said. Like, why would I do that? And
that's a damn shame that it's
so true.
It's that low bar though. Like, you know, when I was playing sports, at least, you know, through my eye, is you always have respect for the competition.
Yeah.
Because it's a different game, I think, with UFC.
And especially with like the social media world, like,
yeah,
you know, people talk shit. Oh, God. Yeah, bro. Why didn't you fucking get up and hit him, dude? Like, UFC, like, a lot of UFC fans are like,
not the smartest people.
Dude. Like, oh, dude. Why did you just duck? Why did you just duck and play? Like, bro, step to the side. I would have ducked. Oh, man, it's hilarious, but it's about like that shock factor. You know, everyone just trying to get everyone riled up and then go and fight, and it's all that social media builds everything up, and that's how I want to transition to. Are you seeing this fucking people in the grocery stores opening up like ice creams or mouthwashes and like spitting in them or licking them? Hey,
they caught the lady who started it, right?
Yeah,
like
but there's like everyone and their sister is doing it now. Like I see him with mouthwash. No, dude. Like just like, do you know how stupid it's gonna sound if I did that and someone like I actually get in trouble because it's all over the news? Like, hey, can you not read? Like all these people getting in trouble. Like, hey, that's a dick move. Like,
yeah.
Why are you gonna go lick some? Someone's gonna buy that, and you're cool. So like the mouthwash, I see people like spitting mouthwash. Like grown ass people grabbing mouthwashes, gurgling, and spitting it back in. Mouthwash though.
But
if you spit it back in, it cleans itself, right? It's not like it would clean itself from the bacteria.
Yeah, but it would be like sterile spit. So it's it's like safe spit, you know.
Yeah, it's still fucked up, man. Those are the same people that have no respect for anything. I know people are doing it for clout just to get likes and whatnot, but it's like it just shows that there's a real lack of like people not valuing things, and just there's a lot of people out there that walk around thinking they can do whatever the fuck they want, and without any consequence. And these are the same people that would be like, if they got in trouble and someone like, imagine if someone like licked an ice cream and like got tackled by a security guard, they'd be like, oh, why you tackled me? Bro, what are you doing opening that shit? Did you pay for it? Like,
oh man.
It's the same people that would complain like, I got assaulted. Yeah, you're doing some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you should have been slapped in the face, bro.
The security guard would probably be in trouble for that. Like tackling somebody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They would like, the same people that think that they could go disrespect all this, fuck around with like, man, what if you got some disease that you're putting in that ice cream and someone else comes and gets it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's gross and it's very disrespectful. Like, what you're doing this for? What you're getting? What?
Do you remember
1,000 likes on your shit?
Do you remember the milk jug challenge or whatever? Like where people like take milk jugs and then just like
some funny shit,
fucking throw them up in the air.
It's funny. Like
it's funny.
It's fucked up.
But to your point,
dude. But again, if you were the person cleaning that up, and you worked there and you were getting paid minimum wage, because you know the person cleaning that up is getting minimum wage.
It's probably Walmart.
Your dumbass wanted to go throw. It's fucking funny. It's funny. I would never do it. But you're throwing up these milk jug bombs in there. And and that's a mess, bro. That gallon, that 2 gallon thing, that thing splatters everywhere. And
I've also seen photos of people like discovering like half-eaten things at Walmart. So like Walmart's so big, right?
Yeah.
So
it happens all the time. Like I'm sure.
They'll go to like this like random ass corner. There's like half a bottle of whiskey, like drunk, and like a half bar of cheese just gone. It's like what? Like whiskey and cheese? Like a Tillamook cheddar block.
Yeah, goes together. I'm sure it happens way more that's not recorded.
Oh,
you just have these cucks out here doing it, recording it. I hope that the first girl that got it
makes so much sense though. Like if I was without any money and I had to survive, and I was near a Walmart, that's where I would do that. I mean, I could totally not see myself doing it, but
I know someone.
that's so smart. Because
I know someone who got mad at their parents and slept in the Walmart parking lot. Like, when
people sleep in
he was
Walmart.
young.
People sleep in Walmart.
Yeah.
You can just
but this
hide
guy
out there.
like didn't get kicked out of his house or anything. He just got in an argument, didn't want to be home, and he slept in like the Walmart parking lot for like a month. Like around there in his car next to all the truckers. Probably a lot lizard. I don't know.
lot lizards.
Probably, but I don't know. But
there's a great video on YouTube with like a lot lizard like definition. Oh God, it's so disgusting.
Was their name Sandy?
Probably, but
But I
like
want
if you type in like lot lizard, oh God, it's just like disgusting. I can't imagine being there.
A lot lizard. If you've been on the road for 36 hours, I'm sure you can imagine being in the lot lizard territory.
I'm just talking about her. Those poor ladies.
I need my muffler chromed, baby. But let's wrap it up after this last question I got for you.
Would you?
Or there's an earthquake
fuck a
coming?
blind person?
No. That one was already established.
Yeah.
You have to listen back a couple episodes. You think the earthquake's coming? Are we getting it? Yeah, bro. It's coming, and the only way we could survive is if Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson saves us out of his chopper, like San Andreas style.
Yeah, that's a movie. Yeah,
But we get
It's
prepared. Get an underground bunker, and the earth splits, and you just fall into the middle of the earth.
we got to get him out from Miami.
Crazy. When it cracks, how far can you see down?
That's a great question. There are already like places where you can go, and you can actually look down into the abyss where the continental,
How far have we drilled? How far have we drilled to the center of the Earth's core? Can you look that up? What's the furthest we've drilled down to the Earth's core?
The silliest search ever.
Who was that guy off the Incredibles? Mr. Mole?
No,
that one bad guy with the big old drill thing.
yeah, that was The Incredibles.
Yeah, that guy probably went down.
But I'm thinking of that guy from Atlantis.
How far have
Did you ever watch Atlantis? The movie? Disney movie?
Cartoon?
Atlantis, yeah.
Was that El Dorado? Was that the same thing?
No, different
Didn't
movies.
they go to Atlantis and El Dorado?
No, they went to El Dorado. El Dorado.
Relax. That's right. But relax. I thought I was on to something. Humans have drilled
far.
7 miles into the ground. Well, do we even know where the center of the earth is? 7 miles? A third of the way?
What?
And what is there?
A third of the way?
Well, 7 miles if it's 21 miles. 21 miles thick.
Oh, to the
crust is 30
yeah. It'd just be too hot. Well, there's a movie, right, about it.
Crazy.
Yeah. Crazy,
man.
Or what am I thinking of? I'm thinking of the one with Bruce Willis, and he goes to an asteroid.
Side note, do you think that if you drilled and you could just keep drilling, like you
could get to China?
You could dig under the ocean?
Yeah, you can.
Get deep
Absolutely.
enough?
But that's like huge. You'd have...
I don't know, bro. That's crazy.
Are you kidding me?
I never even thought about it.
You
Journey to the Center of the World? Is that what the movie was called?
Yeah, Journey to the Center of the...
Was it The Rock? Because it sounds like a rock movie.
It does sound like a rock movie.
Whatever, man. You got anything else?
No, I just want to say thank you guys for having me on again. And looking forward to...
Common occurrence, baby.
Yeah, being here more and having a fun conversation with you guys.
Yeah, we'll be... Thanks, guys, for listening. We really appreciate it. We back to the drawing boards. We got a permanent new co-host, Winnydeez.
What's up?
Find him on Instagram, Winfield Jackson.
I need to get better about this.
Yeah.
I'm so bad.
You guys see a lot of thigh pics. His biceps are pumping. Whatever. Might get your rocks off too.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, shoot us a follow on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher.
Also, ghost stories.
Also, yeah. On our platform, Anchor, you can send us a voice message, anything you guys want to send us, and any questions, we'll get them on here. And if you have any ghost stories, dude, you're going to...
Bigfoot, too.
Yeah. Hey,
yeah. Oh, God.
We're doing that. We're doing a Bigfoot.
We got to do a Bigfoot episode.
Because we might have to go squatching, dude.
Oh, that would be so... Okay. I've never gone squatching, but Oh, I want to go squatching. So.
But spoiler alert, like we're not gonna fucking find Bigfoot. I don't think he's real.
But we'll be out there.
But we'll be out there. We'll be out there. I'll probably be Bigfoot. But we should do like every episode, we should touch on one conspiracy and
I like it.
our own thoughts on it.
Yeah.
And go from there. So
Okay.
we'll do two today. We'll do ghosts and Bigfoot. I don't have any ghost stories, but I want to hear your ghost stories and I want to tell you if I believe you or not.
The listener.
So,
I've got a couple.
Yeah, we could do ghost stories.
Not from me, but
I don't have any personal ghost experiences, but I do believe in ghosts. So there's that. And Bigfoot, you'll find out. You'll find out. You'll find out.
Just gotta tune in.
There's like so much. Oh, dude. If we would have did this last week, I wanted to go balls deep. Have you watched the Bob Lazar?
Dan Bazar or Ball
do you know
Bazar?
who? The fuck was his name? Did I just forget it right now?
What?
Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar.
Oh, Bob Lazar.
He supposedly worked at Area 51.
Yeah.
Just look at Bob Lazar documentary on Netflix.
Yeah, he's pretty famous and he's pretty reputable, I think,
Yeah,
in that world.
He was on Joe Rogan. He did Joe Rogan's podcast
That's
recently.
Right, yeah. He's going to be here next week, so.
No. Hey, Bob Lazar, you want to come and
I know you're an
possibly
avid listener.
spew some BS? I don't know. Hey, you should watch that. Get back to me on it.
Okay.
Bro, we could do
the Joe Rogan podcast.
we'll do a separate aliens one. We'll do a separate aliens.
That'd be
one.
cool. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, fuckers. Dude, I know we jagged this.
Are we
one
calling
out.
our fans fuckers now?
Hey, whatever they
Okay.
want to. Whatever you guys want to call yourselves.
All right, fuckers.
Yeah. All right, guys, have a fucking good weekend.
All right, guys.
Peace.
Peace out. Later, fuckers.